The Arbaeen pilgrimage is the world's largest annual public gathering at 24 million pilgrims in 2024. The Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia was 2 million pilgrims this year in 2024. Arba'een means 40 in Arabic. It marks 40 days after the 10th of Muharram, known as Ashura, when Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, was martyred alongside 71 other soldiers against an army of more than 30,000 soldiers sent by the Umayyad caliph Yazid ibn Mu'awiya. It is a pilgrimage to the shrine of Husayn ibn Ali, peace be upon him, who is a grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Both Sunni and Shia Muslims believe that Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, and his brother Imam Hassan, peace be upon him, are the leaders of the youth of paradise. The Arbaeen walk sees millions of pilgrims going to Karbala, Iraq, annually. The main Arbaeen walk goes from Najaf to Karbala, which is 80 kilometers or 50 miles. The 2024 Arbaeen walk has a theme of the Way of Al-Aqsa that highlights the connection between the Palestinian struggle and the legacy of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. The walk is a way to show support for the Palestinian people and raise awareness of the Israeli regime's actions against them. Everywhere you looked, you will see Palestinian flags. This is totally the opposite of other Arab countries which are sellouts to Islam and ban the public support of Palestine. If you support the freedom of Palestine, you should be aware that it will be Imam Mahdi, peace be upon him, who will liberate Palestine, inshallah. After walking throughout the night, I arrived at pole 1041 and I met my friend who was from Birmingham. This was a tea stand which was set up by some brothers from Birmingham, UK, and I arrived just before Fajr time and I helped to distribute some tea. Then I managed to pray Fajr across the road in a mosque. By that time the tea was being served for the last time and I helped to distribute some more tea, and then when it was early light I then started my walk again. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best form of charity is to give someone water." I contributed some money to the owner of this water distribution stand and I helped to distribute some water to the pilgrims. When I last visited Iraq for Arbaeen in 2021, one of my friends who I was travelling with, they distributed some sweets back from the UK. And this time when I packed, I went to my local cash and carry in Nottingham and I bought as many sweets as I could fit in my suitcase, and I managed to hand them out in various places on the Arbaeen walk. And this was sort of my way of contributing and helping out. Upon my travels, I came across this Iraqi soldier who was helping a young boy hand out some plums. Popular mobilization forces personnel also serve refreshments, as they feel that apart from defending the country from ISIS and other foreign actors, they have an opportunity to serve the pilgrims of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. I know how generous and hospitable the Iraqis are. Despite being poor, they save up all year around to give to pilgrims for the Arbaeen walk. There are shelters called Mawaqib, which provide many facilities to pilgrims, including food and accommodation, which are set up and dotted all the way from Najaf to Karbala by locals and people from other countries who serve pilgrims. There was a variety of food and drink to help pilgrims in having energy to complete the Arbaeen walk. The most common item to be distributed was water. In addition, there was lots of other items to have. There was Pakistani tea, also known as chai latte, fresh orange juice, pizza, custard, fresh melon juice, chicken shawarma, kebabs, roast chicken, Iraqi tea, Iraqi coffee, fresh lemonade, watermelons, bananas, freshly fried crisps, falafel sandwiches, yogurt drink, ice cream, and many more things. I walked the whole route through night and day, and the journey took me roughly 4 days to complete. The most challenging times to walk were when the sun was at its zenith at 50 degrees. I packed sunglasses and a cap to keep the sun away from me as much as I could. I had a heavy backpack which contained my night clothes, toiletries and other essential items, while my suitcase was left at a friend's house in Najaf. The journey was quite difficult due to the heat, exhaustion, and I would take regular breaks as my feet would feel too tired to carry on. However, I couldn't complain as other pilgrims were pushing their relatives in wheelchairs, walking barefoot, and one pilgrim that I saw made me feel very sad was this man who walked barefoot and in shackles. He was reminding himself of the pain which Imam Zayn al-Abidin, peace be upon him, felt. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, peace be upon him, is the son of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, who was martyred in Karbala. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, peace be upon him, was handcuffed, chained and shackled, and was forced to walk from Karbala, Iraq to Kufa, Iraq, and then on to Syria. Whenever he slowed down or fainted, his captors would flog him, and on these occasions his sister, Bibi Zainab, would intervene to stop him from being flogged to death.